information from the Tripwire environment into the kind of operations manager environment. Tell us a little bit about how that works and kind of what the content is in that management packs, because really the value that we see and we hear from our customers is the depth of the knowledge and the understanding that you have about compliance in that management pack is kind of the key component.
Yeah, so the Tripwire Enterprise platform really detects compliance issues in real time. So as a system changes, if it becomes non-compliant, you know that immediately. One of the challenges is that Tripwire Enterprise is typically used by people in the security and compliance and the oversight world.
Right.
So what we've done is we created this management pack that actually takes that information and pipes it into System Center so that we create not only a unique Tripwire compliance perspective that shows up in System Center, but we also feed that into your normal alerting and your normal sort of event queue so that to us, when a system becomes non-compliant, it shows up in System Center as an unhealthy system.
Okay.
And then when you drill down into that system to find out why it's unhealthy, you find some very specific information about how it's not compliant. You can go into the product knowledge tab of the alert and see the specific instructions that I mentioned about how to make it compliant. And that can all be customized. And what this allows you to do is expose, basically, an ops guy gets to see a non-compliant system, just in time, with some actionable information to be able to take action there. And as soon as you restore that system to compliance, it disappears from the alerts in System Center and it clears the alert on the Tripwire side so that the security and compliance guys are happy too.
So it's working both ways in terms of the action, if you like.
Yeah, neither one of them has to have any deep knowledge about the other person's tools.
Right.
You just have to know how it impacts you. So
right.
it seems to be a very easy way to kind of get this, these two disparate teams to work together in an effective way.
So one of the ways that we've been describing this is the idea of operationalizing compliance. So getting it directly into the people who are actually closest to the configuration, the changes that need to be made on the server side. So those people can actually take the action, because you talked about the importance of actually just remediation of those issues, that unhealthy state driven by compliance. But we need to do something about that, and probably quite quickly. And then there's the auditing side that you mentioned as well, as so important when, not just in terms of the overall, here's the configurations I have in place and here's the policies that I'm enacting, but also what have I done when things have gone out of compliance and taken it there. So I think some real value in that as well.
Yeah, and then kind of the payoff for the operations side is, one, the compliance guys don't get in your face as much.
Yeah.
But the other piece of this is that what we found is that the way that we track changes to systems can actually add a lot of value to the operations side of the world too. So, let's say someone makes a change, they didn't tell anybody about it, and it impacts service. A lot of times you want to be able to diagnose that very quickly, find out who did it, and how to keep it from happening again. And we find that the detailed state information that Tripwire maintains is something that an operations person can look at too, to say, okay, this system was running fine yesterday, it's not today, show me everything that's changed since then and who did it. And it allows you to very, very quickly sort of rule out the change as a cause or identify change as a cause, and it shortens the troubleshooting time.
Wow, so it also has an impact actually on the operational side directly in terms of those things as well. Okay, that's great. So what we've talked about here is taking policies for compliance within your organization, whether they are driven by external requirements like PCI or SOX or all those things, which you have a great deal of knowledge and expertise that you can bring into this, as well as some of the internal requirements as well that you kind of alluded to in terms of, this is the person that can take action on a specific system and deal with those. And I think also they're one of the other areas that we're seeing a lot of kind of policy-driven effort that's coming through, kind of things like MOF and ITIL and those sorts of things as well, driving it. Taking those policies, operationalizing them for the kind of IT operations staff and allowing them to take action where needed, and then to take those actions like remediation, reporting, auditing as well. So I think some really good value that we're able to bring to these people, as well as the lessening the security people getting in the face of the IT operations people. It's always a good thing for us to work through. So where can people actually go get more information about the Tripwire integration with Operations Manager and System Center in general? Yeah,
sure. The best place is probably on our website at tripwire.com/solutions/compliance. You'll see a System Center Operations Manager specific data sheet there, some application notes. You'll also find some information on how we support implementations of IIS and Exchange, and we have policies that are targeted at specific Microsoft applications, for example. So.
But you also have your ability to do this compliance goes well beyond just the traditional Microsoft environments as well. You can bring in Unix and Linux and the rest of the data center environment as well. Okay, that's great. All right, so thanks very much for joining us today. We've really just covered the great knowledge and expertise that Tripwire can bring to IT compliance, IT infrastructure compliance, and how we can really operationalize that into the system center environment to be able to allow you to take the appropriate action that you need to in order to make sure that those security guys and compliance guys stay off your back. Thanks very much for joining us.
Thanks.